Hey friends, welcome to Load of Crock. So in this episode, we are going to be making lasagna. Now you might be thinking, can you make lasagna in the crock pot? Did she just say that? Oh, you can, and I just did. We're making lasagna. Okay, you guys, so we're making lasagna in the crock pot. I freaking love lasagna, but do you know how many times in my years of living that I've made it? Like twice. And both times were somewhat disastrous. I mean, it's like the layers, like you do the noodles and the sauce and the cheese and then do the cheese again, but then the noodles and then the sauce. I'm like, I cannot get this right. So I thought, there's gotta be a better way, and you know what that is? In the crock pot. I'm serious, it was so easy, and as I was doing it, I was like, this is all a personal preference. I mean, how you layer it, there are a couple of things that you wanna keep in mind, but overall, if you like it saucier, use more sauce layers. If you like it more with the noodles, use more of the noodles. I mean, it wasn't rocket science, surprise! So I decided to tackle my fears and make lasagna because that is the best way to face your fears, is just to do it. And I did. So 5 ingredients: your lasagna noodles, red sauce, beef. I chose beef, but the cool part about lasagna, you could also do turkey, you could do chicken. If you want to do a vegetable lasagna, you could fry up some vegetables and do a veggie one. And then you're gonna do cottage cheese or ricotta cheese and then mozzarella cheese. And that's it, 5 ingredients. So I want you to sit back and watch me put this lasagna together, and then I'm gonna come back with a few little tips that I have that I actually learned along the way that I really wanna share with all of you as part of this whole facing my lasagna fears.
Start by spraying your crock pot bottoms and sides. Put down a layer of your red sauce, either mixed with your beef, chicken, turkey, or vegetables, covering the bottom of the crock pot. Add a layer of lasagna noodles, followed by a layer of your cottage or ricotta cheese, trying to cover all of the lasagna noodles. After this, add another layer of the red sauce mixture, and then a layer of your shredded mozzarella cheese. Another layer of your red sauce, followed by a second layer of lasagna noodles, and then covering those with a layer of your cottage or ricotta cheese. A third layer of lasagna noodles on top of the cottage or ricotta cheese, followed by a final layer of your red sauce mixture, and then finally topped with mozzarella cheese.
All right, friends, so after I got everything in the crock pot, I did it on low for 4 hours, which was great. And then what I did was I let it sit for like 20 to 30 minutes, not even on warm, just sit, which worked really well because there was a little bit of extra kind of juice to it. And letting it sit for that time really made it less runny. So I would highly suggest doing that as well. A couple of other tips that I wanted to share. So as I said earlier, it is a personal preference. You can layer it however you want in the middle, but the 2 things that I would recommend is making sure the bottom layer is the sauce, and then your last 2 layers are sauce and then the mozzarella cheese. But in between is a total personal choice. And then the other thing that I wanted to share about my journey of facing my lasagna fears, I would also recommend making sure that the lasagna noodles aren't touching any of the edge of the crock pot. It's not the end of the world if they are, but even though I sprayed it, a few of them that were touching ended up getting burnt a little bit and then sticking to the crock pot, which made cleaning it not so fun, and you know how I feel about cleaning dishes. So if you can make sure that the noodles don't touch at all, it's just gonna make it a lot easier from when you have to clean it up. So that would be my only other tip that I learned along this journey. So I'm gonna be making lasagna a lot more now. I mean, I'm gonna be making it so much, Garfield is going to want to come and live in my home. I don't need any other cats, but you get what I'm saying. Thanks to all of you that are subscribed to this Load of Crock channel. I really appreciate your continued interest and support. If you aren't subscribed, I would absolutely love for you to do so. Just click on the subscribe button, and then you can also sign up for alerts. And that way, then anytime we post a new video and recipe, you will be one of the first to know. Now, I don't know if any of you remember, have seen, etc., the movie Home Alone, but Kevin gets left home alone while his parents fly off to Europe, and there are some burglars in the neighborhood, and at first he's like really scared, like super scared, but there's a turning point where Kevin realizes that he's not scared anymore, and he faces his fears, and he walks out of that house, and he yells at the top of his lungs, "I'm not afraid anymore!" I mean, that's what I wanted to do when I made this lasagna yesterday. I wanted to walk out into my neighborhood, find a mountaintop, and just yell, "I'm not afraid anymore," because I'm not. And you may be thinking, yeah, doy, lasagna is not that hard, which might be the case, but I wish I would have known sooner. So thanks to all of you for walking me through this journey of facing my fear and realizing that lasagna is not that scary. So now, check out this very not scary lasagna.